Hello, bastard viewers. Professional miserable person Winkers here, doing a terrible job being professional miserable person. The thing I really wanted, and I think a lot of people really wanted, is finally here. That's right, they are nerfing the defensive Archnemesis modifiers, the bane of many a build, the thing that gums up your mapping experience and takes content you can handle and just makes it miserable. It's here. They're talking specifically about trying to target the fringe cases where things overlap. So I'm going to go over this real quick, talk about my opinion on what this is really going to help with. Obviously, right at the start, you can see Toxic and Chaos Weaver here. You get these two stacked together. It's hell. But it's no longer immune to Wither now, and, along with the rest of the Weavers, no more max res bonus. This is the really big one here. It's the same with Flame Weaver, Frost Weaver, and me playing my janky Stormburst, Castwall Channeling, Lightning Conduit build. Stormweaver. No more max lightning res bonus. Huge. We're going to talk about why in a moment. Assassin, your crits are more effective. That's huge for crit builds. I can't imagine what they've been going through running into Assassins. Deadeye just straight up got a huge nerf to it. This is very big for slow, heavy hitting builds. So if you're running slams, congratulations. You're the only one running slams, and you might have a friend now. Someone else might try it. Incendiary dropped the fire resistance entirely, but gained fire res to damage over time. So I'm guessing, a little something there. But if you're playing RF, Incendiary wasn't a problem. Incendiary plus Flame Weaver was a problem, but now it doesn't go to 85%. Sentinel lost its max block. Nice. Juggernaut no longer has bonus maximum endurance charges. Also nice. That's big for resistance and fizz reduction. Steel Infused lost a lot of its fizz reduction. Overcharge lost its maximum charges. I'm guessing Overcharge plus Juggernaut and Steel Infused could basically brick a mob as far as taking it down with physical damage is concerned. Consecrator, if you're doing elemental damage, things just got a lot better for you when that shows up. Your ailments are more effective. I mean, there's still a situation, right, where you have, like, Storm Strider plus, here we go, Stormweaver. 100% reduced effective lightning ailments. Granted, if you're playing a build that relies on shocking, you are going to have huge amounts of increased effect as well, kind of offsetting it. It'll be worse, or it'll still be bad, but it won't be as bad. Ice Prison's physical damage reduction has been toned down as well. Storm Herald's overall lightning resistance has been toned down, which is fine. Crystal Skinned is there, toned down a little bit as well. These are very, very strong, especially Crystal Skinned. Crystal Skinned is actually kind of insane, but the really big part we've already passed over, and we're going to get back to that in a moment. Entangler, Chaos Res was bumped down a little bit, and then they actually give us the modifiers here. I didn't know these modifiers off the top of my head. They're pretty effective, but again, they've all been kind of lowered a little bit. So let's talk about why this is a big deal. So, no longer has 10% max res on all of these, and then I guess for the physical component, Steel Infused has a significantly smaller additional physical damage reduction. That's the closest thing I could consider. In fact, I would say that the damage reduction change here pretty much mirrors what's happening here. So, why is this a big deal? If you know the math of Path of Exile and you built max res, you probably already know why, but I'll explain it really quickly, and I'll probably have some fancy graphic to help. So, you are expected to have 75% resistance. Everyone understands that. That means at 75% resistance, you are taking 100% of damage. You take, we'll say 1,000 points of damage, but you have 75 res, so 250 is 100% in this scenario. What is 1 percentage point worth? One additional percentage point is an additional 4% damage reduced. The interesting thing about maximum resistance is that each point you get is more effective than the last that you gained. The simplest way to explain this is that going from 75% maximum res to 80% maximum res is not just another 5%. It's 20% less damage taken. You are expected to have the 75. The additional 5 is 20% of what remains. It's huge. In this case, it's 40%. This is a 40% less damage multiplier when it stacks with another lightning mod. And it's gone. It is flat gone. On top of your ailments being, a little more effective as well. It's a lot. It's huge. A lot of the situations where the mobs would come out super durable, they're going to have half the survivability or less. Celebrate. Unironically celebrate. Your build that should probably be killing these really quickly is now going to kill them really quickly. And, there are those situations where your tank is good, but it's not good enough to go for an extended period of time, and now you're not going to run into that extended period of time as often. If you were holding out for a time to jump back into the game and really test things, when this goes live, that's going to be it. This ain't a patch in the next day or so, so I assume potentially tonight? Probably not. I can't imagine this is too hard to tune though, but maybe more likely tomorrow. And then on top of that, as a little bonus, they are going to do a little bit more explaining. Again, if you're a juicer who loved the boost loot, you're probably not the most excited just yet. I don't know if they're going to do more on that front, but the general mapping experience probably just got insanely better for 100% of players. Yeah, 100% of players are going to enjoy mapping more. The game's just going to feel way less stressful, because you're not going to have the constant occasional mob who just nullifies your ability to kill it, and then you have to dance around the fight repeatedly several times a map, instead of just bulldozing through the thing with all of your investment that you worked hard for. I'm excited. Very good news. I get to make my positive video instead of my negative video. That's all. Happy hunting. Find your loot. Best of luck.